So one of the assignments in this lesson for HTML5 is to use one of the new HTML5 tags. I'm going to just step through adding an audio file directly to the HTML. The first thing I'm going to do is I need to find an audio file. Well, there's a couple of ways to do that, and since this focus isn't about the content, it's about how to actually use HTML. I'm not worried about the style or how it looks or if it relates to your site. But here's some media, some websites where you can get some free media. Here is a site for sounds, so you could download an MP3 file for sound effects. So you can, and these are free, so you can use these, or you could create your own. And to create your own, what I use I use a Chrome browser called Audacity 2 on Ruse, and to get that, in my Chrome, I'll click over here, I'll go to Tools, and I'll go to Extensions, and if you haven't got any, you'll see you're at the web store, the web app store, and here you might click on recording for the type. Let's see if that comes up for Audacity. There it is. Yep. So this will come up, and you click on this, and it gives a little information about it, and you can launch it. And after you launch it, you have to accept permissions for it to run on your browser, and in the future when you open a new tab, you'll see your apps. Here's your most visited websites, but here are your applications that you've added to your Chrome browser, and you just click on Audacity, open directly in your browser, and this is what HTML5 is allowing browsers to do: run applications directly within them. So I did a crash, so I don't need to recover that, but here. So I'm going to close it, and here I would just start recording. So this is a test recording for my HTML website. I'm going to save this as an MP3 file, and then I will add it as a source to my site. So I'm going to hit stop. I'm going to crop the very beginning, and I could listen to a test recording. This is a test record. You can listen to it, but again, this is a test, so I'm not too worried about it. So I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to export, and I'm going to change that to an MP3. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to go Test 2 because I already have one. I'm going to make sure it's in the correct file. Just like images, you want a media file. And here I have in addition to images, I've created a media folder, and I'm going to save that. And you can put your name and details on that file if you like. So now I've done that. I've created an MP3 file, and now, or you could download one that's already done as an effect from there. So now I'm going to go to my Notepad++, and I've opened up here. I'm going to actually go to the file directory files. So here I keep my files for this project right here. So I have 3 pages for my 2-column layout, and I have one style sheet. I have a media folder and an image folder. I'm going to edit in my Notepad+, this HTML called Showcase. That's where I want to put my media. So I've opened it in Notepad+ here, and I also changed to make sure I'm using HTML5 as the doc type. I didn't need all that other code that I had before. And I've added a new div to put the audio in. So I've added a div ID for audio. And if for reference, you can also do what I did. I went to, let's see here, I went to the W3 Schools tutorials, and I got the information for the tagging. And I'm not using an OGG file, I'm just using MPEG or MP3. I used MP3 file. So I edited my code here. I've added an audio ID. I did the audio controls. I've added a source. And again, it was calling up the media folder. And this one I'm going to change to, because I just created a new one, Test 2. And it's an MP3 file, and then I did a close div for that. So I'm going to save that, and I'm going to run it in Chrome, and here's my audio recording right here. This test recording for my HTML website. And that's it has a controller and it's playing directly in my HTML on my website. I've also added kind of a tacky GIF file, but that's another thing you can add directly in your browser. And to find those, same thing. You can go, I've added a page right here. And again, we're not talking about quality of media right now. It's just how do we add them. Oh, that was the wrong link. Those are effect. Oh, here's animations. Here's some free ones. And if you know how to make a GIF, you could do that. Later in semester 2, we're going to work with media and use some animation tools to create our own. For now, again, these are pretty tacky, but find one. It's just practice. So what I did is I right-clicked on this and I saved this image, and I made sure it was a GIF right here, and I put it in my working folder. And here's my working folder, and it was images, and I didn't save it to that one. Let's make sure I'm working in the right one. I saved it in the folder, and then here again in the showcase page, I put a break in so I had some space, and you could put another break. These are so you have spaces in between. I'm going to close break, open break, close, a couple of breaks there. Oh, did I miss something? Yeah, missed the R. And again, little things you're going to mess up. So here I did an embed source, another HTML, new HTML5, and it's in the media folder. And oh, that's why it wasn't there, because see, you always keep track of which ones. I had put it in the media folder, not the image folder before. But now it's in the image folder. But I want to know what it's called. And I'm going to call it just Dragon, and then I'm going to close that, and I'm going to change this to Dragon, so it's in, and it's in images, and so I have my sound in the media, I have my GIF image in the images folder, and I'm going to save it, and I'm going to run that again in Chrome. See if it works. There we go. Alright, so I have my Dragon, I've got my sound file, and that's an example of using new HTML5 to add media to your website. So give it a try, and if you want to experiment and try different HTML, feel free, and good luck.